Don't you know, compare.
Spooky. It's so spooky. I should play the Monster Mash, huh? I haven't heard that song since I was a kid. The Monster Mash, the Monster Mash. And on a Playboy snack. I don't know what it says. I always thought it said the Playboy snack. It doesn't say that though. It's a kid's song. The sounds I hear as I travel through the shower room. True. What's going on, guys? Happy Halloween. No, it's not really Halloween. It's Halloween weekend. Close enough. Let me turn off this creepy music, man. Some creepy shit. I'm getting a little scared. Who is scared of basements, by the way? As we're entering into Halloween season, I'd love to know who is scared of basements or scared of the dark. I'll ask you guys a question. Would you rather go into a scary basement by yourself in the dark, or go into or jump into dark open water ocean by yourself? Which one would you rather do? I'm curious to see what people think, man, because I know my answer, and I bet the answer will be surprising. Happy birthday, Bath. It's Bathwater's birthday, by the way. Everyone say happy birthday to Bath.
Strap up. We're going
happy
to the
birthday,
moon.
Bath. Griff doesn't like attics. You know, the thing about me, I'm actually not that afraid of basements. I'm not afraid of basements. I'm not really afraid of attics. But let me tell you this. I am afraid of a damn open water ocean that's black. I want nothing to do with that shit, man. Like, I don't care if you have a sonar that tells me all the possible sharks and killer whales that are in that area. I want nothing to do with jumping in off a boat into the ocean at night. I will pass. I'll take the basement all day. You don't even have to pay me to go in the basement. I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not scared of no basements, man. Your mom, what's going on? Trevor, what's up, man? Everyone's saying happy birthday, Bath. Let's go. It's not actually Bath's birthday, but every day's Bath's birthday. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Syrian? Gavin, I'm scared of anything black. Oh my God. No. Don't. Come on, man.
Strap up.
Don't
We're
go
going
there.
to the moon.
Do not go there. We just started the stream, man. Like, you can't be saying that in the chat already, bro. Come on. By the way, guys, it's Halloween weekend. I bet a lot of people have Halloween parties today. But us crypto nerds, we don't have Halloween parties. What I do is I have a Halloween party at my house by myself. I dress up every year, and this is me. This is me. You know, I'm too much of a nerd to go to a Halloween party. You know, I never really like parties. I'm going to be honest. I always tell you guys this. I'm an introvert. You guys might not think that I'm an introvert, but I am a huge introvert. I hate parties, man. I hate parties. I hate having small talk. I only like talking about things that I'm interested in. I'm having my own Halloween party, you know, and honestly, I bought it today, and I'm about to get dressed up. Anyways, shout out to Smart Cookie. He's coming from Australia. Holy shit, man! You are coming from across the world. You are literally on the interwebs in Australia, probably hugging a kangaroo or some shit over here from Australia. You're an absolute stud. He can afford an apple pie with his meal. That's impressive, man. I mean, apple pie is like $3 now. That's so small. It's like 2 bites. I remember when the apple pie used to be on the dollar menu. Anyone remember that? I do. Horse Guy's definitely afraid of the dark. Well, Horse Guy, I don't think he's afraid of the dark. I really don't. Anyways, for anyone new coming in, welcome to the stream. If you're new, don't be afraid to subscribe. I'm sure there's, maybe 1 or 2 new people slipping through the cracks now, Maybe, I would say you probably get 1 or 2 new people in here. Don't be weirded out. I know we're not talking crypto yet, but, come in to hang out and have some good vibes. Stay here because we're going to have a lot of fun in the next 1 to 2 years, my friends. So come in and join. Join the most crazy channel and weird-ass channel that you'll ever live. The stranger said, I go basement. You go basement? Not by that. Not by that. Not by that. I'll tell you what Horse Guy thinks. Let's ask him. Horse Guy! Come here. They want to know, would you rather go in the basement or would you rather jump in open water? Let me know. Well, considering that I cannot fit down the basement stairs because my head is too big and I cannot swim because I am a horse, well, I think I will jump into open water. You know why? I jump into open water? Because I have 1 chance with Wendy O. If I jump into open water, maybe she will save me. Yes. Because I love horses. I love other horses. No. Oh, we can't go there. But Wendy O will jump in too, even though she cannot swim. And she will save me. If you get the joke, you get the joke. If you don't get the joke, well, all I gotta say is, bruh. That's all I gotta say. Oh, man. Shout out to Mr. MF. He gets the joke. Is he hung like a horse? Of course Horse Guy's hung like a horse. He's half horse, half human. Anyways, Bitcoin's doing nothing, guys. So Bitcoin, the calm before the storm. And what can we expect going into next week, as the talk right now is the decorrelation between Bitcoin and the stock markets. And I think it's a very interesting talk, and I'm excited to talk about today. I really am. You could probably sense by my emotions right now that I'm excited to talk about the correlation between Bitcoin and the stock markets. It is insane. Anyways, Bitcoin just in the same range between 33 and 35 this weekend. Not doing too much. We had a little, a long liquidation kind of move down, a little short liquidation move up. And other than that, just kind of sitting in the same range, not doing shit. Now, we talked about the weekly chart, on the USD pair. It's bullish. We broke out of a 7-month range, right? We expect that to be a bigger move. I think the bigger thing to talk about today and going into next week is the correlation between Bitcoin and the S&P. And we haven't looked at this chart in a while. I think it's a cool day to talk about it. It's Saturday. It's not too much going on. You got some altcoins moving up. Shout out to you if you caught some of the altcoin moves today. FET, beautiful move. PYR continuing up. You got some good gainers today. But BTC versus the SPX. It's a lot of interesting things here. And if you look at this monthly candle, right? And I'm just looking at this a minute. I brought this up today because I haven't looked at the Bitcoin versus S&P chart in a while. And I said, damn, look at that monthly candle on Bitcoin versus the S&P. I will say this. We broke back above the 2021 lows. Okay, the 2022 lows. I don't know if unless next week starts horrible, and we get some type of wick on this monthly. I don't know how you can be bearish on the correlation between the Bitcoin and the S&P. Because this monthly candle right now is just a continuation candle in the making. You know what I'm saying? So this is one of the more bullish monthly candles that we've seen on this. Really, you have to go back to 2021, especially considering that we broke back above such an important level here. Man, the skies are clear on this bad boy. And if you look at the monthly MACD, which also has a lot of correlation to this, not only did we break into the old range, but the monthly MACD has gotten the flip back over. And if we look at some of the last times we've done that, right, actually we flipped over green, we went back red, we went back green. The last cycle we did that, where we actually flipped back green, we flipped back red, we flipped back green again. That was in July of 2020 when we really started to outpace the S&P. Right, so this is the talk of the town right now. Will Bitcoin continue to outpace the S&P? I think when you look at the chart, you gotta say yes, right? I mean, I don't know how you can be bearish with a monthly chart with no wick on the top, unless we start, you know, Monday, Tuesday. Which day is the monthly close, guys? I don't know. I think it's 3rd, 29th, 30th. I think it's Monday. So we'll see where we close Monday. But this chart's looking fantastic, man. And it really, I think it really goes to show the narrative right now and what's coming up with the ETF and the halving and all, like, you got Larry Fink talking good about Bitcoin. It's exciting times, man. And is money really flowing from the S&P to Bitcoin?
Bruh.
I think the answer is yes. Let's go. It doesn't follow stock market. Bears warning, it follows the stock market. Let's go. Let's freaking go! Let's go, baby. Jordan's saying broke back a lot. Brokeback Mountain. Wasn't that a movie? Brokeback Mountain, your mom? You know? It's easy to be bearish if you have low IQ. Well, you know, there's a time and place to be bearish, I think. You know, how do we get bearish on Bitcoin? I think it's pretty easy. I think if we break back below 31K, you can maybe think about being bearish. But as long as we stay above 31K and we stay above those previous highs, it's hard to be bearish. It really is. It really is. Pre-rich. Beth, we are so pre-rich, man. I'm so excited, man. We are so ahead of the game, man. Like, if you think about how, I think the most exciting thing about markets right now is how offsides the general public is. And I really didn't think that the interest in crypto would die as much as it has. I actually thought we would actually we would see some enthusiasm still. The interest in crypto has died off so much. I think going into the halving, it's crazy how the cycles always repeat. You would think that the general public who was here in 2021 and knows about the halving would already be coming back at this point and saying, "Oh, the halving's in 6 months. Maybe I should buy crypto." But they don't. And the same thing happens every time. People forget, you know. It's funny how I think we're ahead of the curve, and you know, when we look at every cycle, it's just the same shit over and over again. I loved crypto in 2021. I did. Well, the Bitcoin halving's in 6 months? Bitcoin's a scam. It is literally a scam. I was so bullish in 2021. Now it's a scam. And then we fast forward to 2024, 2025. What is it going to be? Holy shit! Rocket ships! Rocket ships! And then rinse and repeat. It is funny, man. But right now we're getting through the sideways days. Yo, shout out to Crypto Queer. Oh my God. You guys gotta stop doing that with your names, man. Like, you gotta get me banned on YouTube, man. You gotta be kidding me, man. You guys are killing me today with the names. Oh, God. He said, Gemini froze my account. Well, that's not good, man. You know, that's not good. You know, I listen, I'm sure it's a mistake. I'm sure you'll get your account back. But you gotta change that name, man. You really do. You really do. Let's see. Connor said, Jordan, what are your top picks for this market cycle? Who the frick knows, man? DCA out. Don't wait for a certain level. DCA on the way up. Just like if a lot of you guys like to DCA on the way down, DCA out on the way up. Don't wait for a certain level. If you're waiting for 100K, it'll stop at 98. The market knows what you're waiting for. Anyways, besides that's really the talk of the town. Bitcoin versus the S&P. I mean, man, my question is, right, when you put everything together and you just take the Bitcoin weekly chart, like the charts look great. So when you put together the charts that look great, and then you just surround it with the narrative right now, which is, look at this S&P move down. Like we said, this is like a crash. This is not a normal move down. Does everything that's coming, right? Like, does easier access for big money combined with the halving that's coming up very, very shortly, does these two things, right, along with the presidential cycle, which also is something you can add in here, does these two things, when you see this happening, right, on one side of the market, and you see this happening on the other side of the market, with these things coming with, I mean, you can even add on the BlackRock endorsement and this stuff. Does big money see this decorrelation, right? And we know that big money is just as horse guy-ish as we are, okay? Like, we always talk about retail being FOMOing, you know? Guys, Elon Musk was literally horse guy last cycle. Wow, look at the Bitcoin at 3K. It is a scam. I don't want the Bitcoin. And then you have Elon coming in at 40K going, wow, look at the Bitcoin at 40K. It is the future of finance. I will buy it at 40K. And we will go to moon. Yes, I love Tesla, but I love Bitcoin more. You know, at what point does the big money actually notice something like this? And if this continues, right? When do they say, shit, man? Like this is something I gotta pay attention to. You know, it's interesting shit. Because big money's horse guys too, man. Everyone thinks that big money is smart. Not necessarily. Big money can get in at bad entry points too. Case in point, Tesla last cycle, and case in point, really, Michael Saylor, who I know is up now, but it's not like he timed his entries really great, you know? Shout out to Brett Bird. Nailed the Elon accent. That was the horse guy accent. Acting as Elon. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Man. Bass said, yes. Zero reason to long as we've broken a multi-year resistance just months before the halving. Much better to buy higher. I love it, man. Like, it's funny, man. Like, how many times do we need to break an invalidation level? Like, the original invalidation level, a lot of people said if Bitcoin breaks 25K, I'll buy. And then it was if Bitcoin breaks 31K, I'll buy, right? And my take is now, like, if you don't buy on a dip back down to 31K, where do you enter now? You know, like, if this just can say, like, we continue to kind of just waddle around for a few days, and then, right, this starts moving up into this, like, 39 to 40K level, where do you enter? That's my question, you know? Like, it's cool. I get it. Like, if you want to be bearish here, okay. But where do you enter if this continues to go up? You know, like, and then we're going to go to 40K, and you're going to say, I'll get it if Bitcoin goes to 40K. And by the time you know it, Bitcoin will be at all-time highs. The cycle repeats, you know? No one believes the cycle until Bitcoin breaks all-time highs. It was the same thing last cycle. It was pessimism the whole way until Bitcoin broke 20K. As soon as Bitcoin broke 20K, that's when mania started. That's when Dogecoin mania started. That's when altcoin mania started. It's the same shit now. It's disbelief the whole way up. Bitcoin gets close to all-time highs. Everyone starts piling into the altcoin market. Let's go, man. I'm excited for it. What's the Bobo target? The Bobo target? No, there's always a Bobo target. We could dip all the way to 31K. Shit. I would not be surprised if we dipped to 31K. I believe Savvy said he won't flip bullish until 35K. Well, he's changed his thing so many times. He said he won't flip bullish until Bitcoin broke the, what is it, the 20 monthly? We've done that already, you know? And then we change it, and then it's something else. And then it'll be something else again. If we break 35K, it'll be 40K. You know? Let's see. 20K. 20K Bobo target. What the frick? It's a beautiful Saturday night, man. The vibes are good. Stop beeping, man. I'm just trying to talk to my homies in the chat and have a good time. That's all I'm trying to do today. Anyways, enough Bitcoin talk. Even though we know Bitcoin leads the market, let's talk some altcoins, because altcoins is based on the poll yesterday. 50% of people mostly hold altcoins. So let's talk some altcoins, right? The altcoin market. Yo, shout out to Smart Cookie. Smart Cookie coming in.
Strap up. We're going to the moon.
For the $10 super chat. I appreciate the support, my man. He said, love your live streams. Could you please have a look at Carol Protocol on Base Chain? Don't just hold ETH. Multiply it by bonding your ETH to Carol and staking, earning over 2% per day. Legit. Smart Cookie. I appreciate the super chat, man. It sounds like kind of a shill of Carol Protocol. If I want to be honest with you. But listen, man. Carol Protocol, bro. Let's go. All right, let's talk some altcoins. So what do we need? Let's just talk about the broad altcoin market first. Broad altcoin market. The most important level on the chart it's at right now. It's at the 50 moving average band. It's at the 50 moving average band, number 1. It's at the downwards trend of resistance, number 2. It's at the 2-week MACD resistance, number 3. So we can see why this is such an important time for why we need to see Bitcoin get one more push up. Because if Bitcoin gets one more push up, it's going to break out the altcoin market above levels we haven't seen really since we have to go back to, you know, early 2022 for the first time we were above that 50 moving average band. So such a big level for the altcoin market in whole as we look at total 3 minus USDC minus USDC. USDT minus USDC. That's a tongue twister. Holy shit. Total 3 minus USDT minus USDC. Total 3 minus USDT minus USDC. Total 3 minus USDT. I'm done. But yeah, I mean, such an important level, man. Such an important level right here going into next week. Will we get rejected and continue the descending triangle? Or will we call this descending triangle a meme and say, F you descending triangle, we're going to the upside. We're done with you, bro. Bulas, we want to break up. So let's go, Bulas. Let's get this shit rolling.
Strap up. We're going to the moon.
So Bulas, very important level. Overall, what have we talked about? Bitcoin dominance at 54%. When do I start really... I've already gotten some altcoins, right? We read some pretty good moves on INJ, on FET, on PYR. We got some nice little bull market bags going on. But Bitcoin dominance... What we talked about is Bitcoin dominance approaches 57 to 60%. That's when we really start focusing on the altcoin market, the ETH market, because we know ETH's getting fudded. And as soon as the Bitcoin maxis get super, super loud about ETH not doing well, that's when we really start looking at ETH in Q4, right? So we're almost there. So we got about another 3% to 6% level on Bitcoin dominance to go up. But good shit. Individual alts, shit, bro. You know, it's not like a crazy day. It's Saturday. It's not a crazy day. You know what I noticed today though? Does anyone else notice this today? The AI coins are going off again. And I've said this. Look at my hair. Holy shit, that is bearish. You know what I should wear today? Because you know what's still valid and we kind of forgot about, guys. What is still valid and on my desk that we forgot about? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me what we forgot about? Yo, shout out to Joe89K. He said, can you check out Veracity? Veracity is a gaming token that I like, actually. I only wanted exposure to one, so I went with PYR. But I actually really like VRA too. But do you know what is on my desk? I'll give you a hint. What is this? What is this? What's that little thing poking up in the corner? What is this? What is this? Can anyone guess? It's not a penis. It's not Clint's penis. What is this thing? It's the Santa hat. We're going to put it on today. Why? Because it's almost Christmas. Look more like an elf than Santa, but here we go. Yeah, we got the Santa hat still on the desk, guys, so it still has worked. Bitcoin's not made a lower low since we wore the Santa hat. But yeah, AI coins have been picking up a little steam, and I've said this. I think AI is going to have that second leg up. So we're seeing Fed, Oceans, another AI play, Render, another AI play. Render's been a beast. It never pulled back to the level I wanted, so that's okay. We got another AI coin. We've seen, I think, GRT is kind of like an AI play too. So we've seen some good moves on those today. I won't be surprised if those get a second leg to the upside. So I said, I think you want exposure to one AI altcoin, right? You don't need all of them. It's not Pokemon. You don't need to catch them all. If one of them goes up, they're all going to go up. You just need exposure to one AI altcoin. Mine's FET. I liked FET at this level, right? But one AI altcoin, I think, is a good idea to have going in for the next 2 years. As AI, I think, is going to be, like, obviously the next mainstream kind of technology that gets important, right? Shout out to Slot Warrior. He came in with the $2 super chat. He said, Earn is blowing up. It's on ETH. Check it. Man, we're getting some altcoin shills. Does that mean the bull market is coming back? We're getting altcoin shills. I kind of like that. I kind of like that, man. What's the little thing poking out of the corner? We said it's not Clint's penis. Made it through the whole year. Look at how beat up this thing is, though. This thing is so nasty. Look at the ball. This thing's gone, man. It looks like an old shriveled up ball from. It looks like Clint or Mike's ball sack. Look at this thing, man. It's so shriveled up and nasty. Maj, you want to wear the Santa hat?
I can.
Okay. Here. Guys, Maj.
It looks so disheveled.
She's going to wear the Santa hat because it's too hot for me. Just going to put on this hat because this hat has holes. And that, give it 5 minutes, your head's going to be sweating. Let's see. Love you guys, Bobos too. I love Bobos, man. Because the thing about Bobos, we need Bobos, right? And what I've learned about Bobos is eventually Bobos turn into Bullas. So we need Bobos. First of all, we need Bobos for the FUD. We need Bobos for the short liquidity, right? And we need Bobos to eventually buy our bags at the top, right? So we need the Bobos. So of course we love our Bobos. And listen, what I really hope for the Bobos is the Bobos can turn bullish at some point in the next 6 months, right? Doesn't have to be now. If you're still a Bobo, that's fine. But I hope the Bobo turns bull before the halving. You know, I really do. Because I don't want any Bobo to miss the run because they're so focused on the macro. Oh! Shut the frick up. Shut the front door. We need the Bobos. All the shorts from lower certainly helped. Keep it up, friends. Yeah, what do we think we're doing right now? Do we think a lot of shorts or longs are building up? I don't know. I don't know what we're thinking of doing right now, man. You know? A Bobo is a bear. A Mumu is a bull. A Mumu? What the frick is a Mumu? What the frick is a Mumu, man? Omar thinks 35K local top. Changed my mind. I mean, I can't really change your mind. I guess it's not really about like indicator or anything. I think that the one thing I can say is, and I'll continue to say this, it's a break of a 7-month range like this, you know, to me. And we've gone back and we've looked at a bunch of boring time periods for Bitcoin where it's just been really boring and whatnot. You know, and a lot of times, right, we get very explosive moves out of those ranges. Like when it's super boring, it's usually not a small pussy move. It's more of an explosive move most of the time. So once again, we were in this range from March to October, right? And we've looked at the BBWP. We've looked at volatility indicators pointing up. When you have volatility super contracted with momentum pointing up, a lot of times it's going to be a more explosive move. And once again, we can call 35K the top. It's technically the top at the moment. I'm looking for higher. And I'm not afraid to say it, right? I think, I really do feel like people are afraid of calling for higher, unless they're George, calling for higher prices. Why? Because it's easy to be a bear right now. It's easy to be a bear. Look at the stock market. Look at the macro, right? Look at the DXY. It's easy to be a bear when you look at everything else, right? Oh, look at the S&P. It's going down. Bitcoin must be going down then. Or look at the dollar. The dollar is holding support. So Bitcoin must be going down then. But the charts are saying something different. The charts are speaking a different language. The charts are speaking almost like Spanish if you're English. The charts are almost speaking like it's Chinese if you're Russian, right? Something's different. I don't know. We'll see. Grandma's calling. One sec.
Jordan, how do I
still haven't
buy
had any
some
family talk to me about
Bitcoin?
Bitcoins. That's a good sign. Oh, guys, I told you the other day I went to go see my family. They did the only thing. This is still bullish. This is still bullish. This is still bullish, man. Right? They didn't say anything about crypto in particular. Okay. They basically were like, "Oh, how's the stream doing? How's your streaming doing? I mean, crypto's gotten hit up pretty bad, so." Whenever they say that, is you got to be a bull. The time will change when I get, some of my. But I think there's specific top indicator family members that I have, and when they ask me about crypto, it's time. It's time to press that red button, and it's time to tell them it's too late. But we're good. We're good. We got zero of this.
Jordan, how do I buy some Bitcoin?
So not yet. Not yet. So that indicator is still bullish. That indicator is still bullish. Is that a BART formation? Are we calling this a BART? Bro, how is this a BART, man? Low. Shorts? Why would anyone long here? Seriously, it's ridiculous. I mean, oh, my Lord. Bro, I mean, sometimes I get a headache, man. I sometimes I get a headache in the chat. Just because someone is bullish at a level does not mean they're taking a long at that level. You know what I mean? I see that a lot. It's like, wait, you're long in here? It makes way more sense to go short. Just because I'm bullish right here does not mean I'm going 100x long. That right here. I'm holding spot because why I think Bitcoin's going higher. The price is gonna go higher. It does not mean I'm packing my bags. I'm selling all my spot. I'm going 100x long and we're going to the moon. No. What it means is I feel comfy in the spot bags to hold and not be stressing about every $50 move like a bear, because a bear has to be cutting their nails right now going, oh my God, Bitcoin's at resistance. What if it breaks higher? Meanwhile, I'm chilling with a perfect invalidation point where I can say, I'm out, right? I can just wait. If Bitcoin breaks below 31K, I could just say, I'm out. I'm going to let this wait out for a little bit. It does not mean you're 100x long. Let's go, man. You can lead. You can lead a horse to water, but they won't see the bull trap. We'll find out, man. We'll find out, my friend. You think the macro is funny? Oh, man, this is nuts. The macro is funny? Well, Adolfo, let me ask you this. Okay? Let me ask you this. What was the general It's funny because the end of this year is looking so much like the end of last year. Right? Let's go back to the end of last year. Right? Where everyone and their mother was a macro expert, including myself. I was a macro expert, right? You have all the channels telling how it's doom and gloom, it's the end of the world. Right? That was the end of last year. It's funny because it was right around the end of October where we hit the bottom for the S&P 500 and the macro was looking just like shit. Now, does the S&P chart look great? No. It doesn't. It looks like shit. Kind of like how it did October. It looked like shit. Right? Right here. What was the general consensus going into 2023? Even the most bullish bulls thought that 2023 was going to be a tough year. Right? There was really not that many really bullish people that were calling for the S&P to approach all-time highs. There was almost no one calling for that. Right? What happened? We almost get back to where we started the bear market for the S&P 500. Right? What happened for Bitcoin during what was supposed to be a doom and gloom year? Bitcoin does a 2x. And you might be laughing at a 2x. In any other market, a 2x is like one of the best returns that you can get. Right? So we're kind of looking at this again where the S&P is correcting hard and it's a lot of back to doom and gloom as we approach Q4, just like how it was doom and gloom in Q4 last year, right? Only thing that's different is now we got the S&P rocketing down and we actually have Bitcoin showing strength. So what happens, my question is to the bears, is what happens if we do the same thing, we bottom out here in Q4 on the S&P, Bitcoin remains strong, and the S&P finds a bounce, right? While Bitcoin's already strong. That's my question, because the Bitcoin versus the S&P chart, this looks bullish as shit. This does not look like this is all of a sudden going to be Bitcoin starts dumping more than the S&P. This just looks like Bitcoin wants to keep outpacing the S&P. Look at the monthly. Does it look like we're going to have a red candle next month? Hell no. Maybe we do. But this is just like one of the most girthy monthly candles that I've seen in a long time on this shit. Right? I don't know. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. Franco. Franco, man. He comes in. He comes in with the shit. Joe Blow. His name's Joe Blow, man. You must be doing a lot of coke. Make your name Joe Blow, man. He's literally blowing the coke. You said, go Celtics. Are you from Boston or Massachusetts, or do you just like rooting for the Celtics? I am from Massachusetts, man. I lived in Massachusetts almost my whole life. Not always. I live in Rhode Island. I also lived in Massachusetts. That's why I'm a Celtics fan. I'm a true grown Celtics fan, not a homer Celtics fan. I actually grew up in Massachusetts. I'm not this bandwagon Celtics fan. Like a lot of Warriors fans or Lakers fans or bandwagon Warriors or Lakers fans. I am from Boston. So I deserve to be a Massachusetts sports fan, right? Nice Santa hat. Want to come and show everyone your Santa hat? No. I tried. Celtics look crazy good, dude. The Celtics look insane this year. The starting lineup's really good. We just, as long as we don't get any injuries, we're good. I mean, you just never know, man. The NBA, anyone can win. You know, like the Heat made the finals last year, and almost no one was picking them to make the finals. You just never know in basketball. Let's see. What's going on, Robot? I never felt better about a short. We shall see who's right. Does it really matter? Like I'm not. The thing is, I'm not really doing any leverage right now, so I could care less if Bitcoin pulls back from here. That's the thing. It's like I really could care less because I'm looking down the road at this point. I'm looking at 3 months, 6 months down the line, right? If you're a bear, right, and you hold spot and you're taking a short here as a hedge, I mean, I don't really blame you for that, right? If you're a bull on the high time frames and you're accumulating and you're buying your BTC on dips, but then you said, okay, maybe we get a little pullback from here. I'm going to short, right, as a little hedge. So you don't. So basically, you're hedging yourself. You're making money even when the market goes down. Then you can add that to your spot bags later. I guess I don't really blame you for that, but you know, excuse me, I just choked on my spit. I literally choked on my spit. My take is, my take was always, And I don't even know what to think right now, because my thing was like, as long as the S&P 500 doesn't nuke, who's selling their Bitcoin right now? And still, you have the S&P 500 nuking, like literally nuking. Like, this is a fast downtrend. Like this is even faster than we were going down in 2022. Who's selling the Bitcoin, especially when they go look at the chart and say, shit, man, this shit is green, big, S&P 500 is red. I'm going to go sell my Bitcoin. Right? I just don't see it, man. When you got these two things happening in less than 6 months. In less than 6 months. Less than 6 months, bro. Shit. QM's buying a loan to buy Pepe. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Don't get a loan to buy crypto, guys. Just, like I said, if you feel the need, you need more crypto, go get a second job. Go work more, right? Put your head down for the next 6 months. Make as much money as you can. And just stack whatever you want to stack, right? Put your head down, make some sacrifices for the next 6 months that will pay you benefits going forward, right? Put the work in now, you get the rewards later. Don't be taking loans, don't be taking debt to buy crypto. That's literally the worst thing you can do, even if you're a bull. Just go get a second job, work an extra 10 hours a week, right? And just put that money into crypto. You're better off doing that. Yeah, I'll suck in the short term. You know, but what's easy? What that is good is easy. You got to make some sacrifices, right? Let's see. Adolfo. Adolfo. Everyone's calling him a LARP. Everyone's calling him a LARP. Let's go, man. I love the people in here who said, I perfectly shorted the 69K top. Bro, you're capping. You are. This is what I think about your 69K short. Cap. Maybe you shorted maybe 60K. I'll tell you right now. I'm calling cap. That's what I'm calling on this shit. You know? That's what I'm calling it. Lord, bro. I work today and working tomorrow for Hoofty. I love it, man. They said, put the work in now, and you will have the rewards later. Right? I work today for Hoofty. Hustle, baby. It's all about the hustle, man. And I'll tell you this. Don't let anyone knock you for the hustle. Because what I've noticed, and I guess not all men are like this, but I've noticed what makes me happy is the process, right? Not the end goal. It's what makes me happy is doing things to get me to a better place, not necessarily me getting to a better place, if that makes sense, right? It's the hustle. It really is the hustle, man. It's the hustle. It's putting in the work, putting in the time, and then when you get what you want, looking back and say, damn, I wasn't just handed that. I had to put in extra hours. I had to make some sacrifices that I didn't want to do to get what you want, right? That I think that's where like true happiness comes from, is from the hustle and the hard work and the blood, the sweat, the days where you just feel down and you feel like, what am I doing? And that's where the true comes from, right? To be honest, I'm probably going to short 2x at 80K in 2025. Not me, you know. I know a lot of people, like, the plan is like, okay, we're going to sell on the way up and we're going to short on the way down. What I plan on doing, to be honest, and I think it's almost better this way, just to not think about crypto in the bear market, is just to DCA out on the way up, right? So make as much money right now before the halving, having the bags that I want before the freaking halving. Right? Have conviction. Don't let the macro dissuade you from your conviction. Have conviction on what you think is going to happen. Right? There's like, who knows how many more chances you'll have at a market this volatile. This doesn't happen too often, right? So have conviction in what you think is going to happen. Stack, right? DCA out on the way up, and then just ignore crypto for a year, right? That's my plan. I think it's easier that way. Ignore crypto for a year. Go take a vacation, and not even take a vacation. Just ignore crypto for a year, right? Wait the year that it usually takes Bitcoin to bottom, start accumulating Bitcoin again, right? I honestly, like, you could stay in the market and try to short it on the way down. To me, it's almost probably better if you made a ton of gains in a bull market is just to take a little break and not try to short everything to zero. Probably be fun, probably do it a few times, but that's not the plan. Frank Fractal is back. Bullish or bearish? Frank Fractal's back. We could take this two ways. We could take Frank Fractal being back as retail coming back. We could also take Frank Fractal coming back as retail coming back. So we could take this two different ways. I don't know how to feel. Let's talk about Madic. How's Madic doing? Madic. Where is Madic? Where is it? Oh, here it is. 62 cents. We're right at the bull market support band. You'll notice a lot of the altcoins, right? And this is why, like, even when you look at the individual altcoin charts, right? So we looked at the total 3 minus USDT minus USDC chart and said this is a huge point for all altcoins. If you go look at all the altcoin charts, they're all mostly at the bull market support band, right? Where we've seen rejections before. But it also can be the point where we get the breakout. But you look at Madic, it's right there, right? So we know how important this level is. You can already see you got a perfect rejection from here. We'll see. And the thing is, if Madic breaks out, you're probably going to see the rest of the altcoin market break out too. And it'll be a fantastic time for anything you own. If we get rejected, well, we'll probably get a little bit more time on our hands, right? So, yeah, big level, man, for many different things. I mean, you look at the altcoin market, right? You got Flow at the bull market support band. We got H-bar at the bull market support band. We got Doge, actually, which got back above the bull market support band. That's pretty cool. Doge is back above. VeChain's back above. Sushi's at the bull market support band. FTM's at the bull market support band. They're all in the same spot. AVAX, bull market support band. Even EOS is at the bull market support band. Shit, So this is the point where a lot of people are going to have opinions, and you gotta make the call yourself. Don't let anyone talk. So you're gonna listen to bulls and bears. Make your own decision. Don't be persuaded on what someone else says. Right? Let's see. Frank Fractals with the silicon boobs. Frank Fractal with the silicon boobs. Since when does Frank Fractal have silicon boobs? I thought he was. I mean, I guess it's 2023, so anyone can really have silicon boobs. Codeman said you are massively sleeping on ADA, bro. Feels bad, man. I'm not. It's not that I'm massively sleeping on ADA. ADA's a fine project. I just think that there's things out there that will outpace Cardano. Nothing wrong with owning Cardano. It will go up, right? But the thing is, and what a lot of people miss out on in the bull market is, yes, everything goes up, but there's an opportunity cost, right? Say you have, let's just say a random number. Say you have $1,000 you want to throw in an altcoin, right? And you can pick Cardano, or you can pick Coin B. I'm not going to pick anything. Coin B, okay? Say Cardano does a 10x, but then Coin B, which is a newer alt, does a 50x, right? And you were so close on choosing which one to pick, but you chose Cardano, which did a 10x. You didn't pick the Coin B, which did a 50x, right? Yes, you still made a 10x on Cardano, but you're going to be pissed that you didn't make the 50x on Coin B. That's the way I think about it. A lot of people don't think about opportunity cost. Yes, Cardano will go up. Yes, it'll be great, just like everything else. But there's an opportunity cost to everything, I think. Coin B is Chainlink. Come on, you already know Link Marina. What I've said, Chainlink is the most underrated altcoin. To me, Chainlink should be number 3. There's no question about it. Chainlink should be the number 3 altcoin in market cap. And I kind of want to make a bold prediction, but it's going to piss off the XRP fanboys. Bold prediction. Can I make a bold prediction, guys? This is my bold prediction for the next bull. Chainlink's market cap will be higher than XRP's market cap.
Strap up, we're going to the moon. We're going to 100K tomorrow.
That's my bold call. That's my bold call today. I have to make one bold call for the day. Bold statement. Chainlink's market cap will be higher than XRP's market cap. Everyone should own. Don't listen to me, guys. I'm just making a bold call. I was wrong mid-cycle until now. I stayed out. It happens, Woods. We're all wrong sometimes, man. Listen, like, but I try to say this. You don't need to be right. Like, you can miss. I've always said this in crypto. You don't need to time the bottom. You can miss the bottom and still be right, right? So even if you're, say right now, right? Let's go look at the altcoin market. And I'm not saying necessarily the altcoin market's going into a bull market right now, but let's just take, say you're so bullish on Doge, right? You think Doge is going to the moon in the next bull market, right? Is because you were bearish at 6 cents and now it's at 6.8 cents, is that the end of the world? No, but I'll continue to say this. You have to decide what's more important to you. Is it more important for you to be right? Or is it more important for you to make money? Those are two different things. And I see a lot of this. A lot of people, you'd be surprised, a lot of people like to be right more than to make money, right? They don't want to change their mind. They don't want to admit they were wrong and say, I was wrong, I'm going to flip my bias. They'd rather hold their current bias and say, no, it's still bearish, bro. Or, no, it's still bullish, bro. Even though clearly something has changed, right? You don't need to time the exact bottom. It's a very, very misconception. You can wait till things start moving up a little bit. Now, don't FOMO. Wait till they move up a little bit, then wait for a little pullback, and then you can get in. But, like, you don't need to time the exact bottom. Because you missed out on a 20% move on Doge. Bro, this little move right here, in a typical bull, you won't even see this little move. This will be so small in the grand scheme of things. You know? It is what it is. Doge is an easy 10x. Likely 20 to 30x plus. Hell yeah, man. 20, 30x plus. Yo, Amrit, you missed the stream, bro. I am going to end it relatively soon. We're just kind of hanging out, talking. It's not too much going on today. Bitcoin's being kind of boring. Some altcoin moves. You know, AI coins are going up today. It's really the AI day, really. That's bold, all right. Does anyone agree with me? Let me tell you in the chat. What's your most bold call for the next bull market, right? And for the bears, you can make a bold call as a bear, right? If you're a bear, you don't think there's a next bull market, you can just make a bold call for the next bear. What's your biggest bold call for the bull? And then I'll ask a second question. What sleeper coin or what sleeper crypto do you will think will sneak in to the top 10? Because I'll tell you right now, there's a top 10 right now, but I bet 5 of those top 10 will not be in the top 10 in the bull. They always change. What sleeper crypto will sneak into the top 10? Let me know. LB said ARB20X. Is it really a bold statement for a crypto bull market? Not really. I mean, a 20X is pretty, not to say tame, but that's actually relatively tame for a bull. You know? BTC 120K. BTC makes a new all-time high. That's not bold. Is that bold, my friends? I don't know if that's bold. Shit, man. $1 million, said Kennedy. My biggest bold call is ETH 20K. That's definitely high. That's definitely high. Shit, man. CHZ to $1. Chili's to $1, man. ETH over BTC, as bold as it gets. I think that narrative is kind of bold now. right? There was a time where actually ETH got pretty close to flipping Bitcoin, but man, that is tame. I don't know if I see. I think a lot of really changed when you started to hear a lot of these big people talking about Bitcoin. It's hard. I don't know if Ethereum flips Bitcoin. I don't know if I believe that anymore. With all the shit going on with Bitcoin now. SHIB to $1. Let's see. Adolfo said, more like it. Everyone here gets rich or this move or the market makers are trapping you. Well, let me tell you this. How much of the percentage of the population you think are actually in this? I think we over-exaggerate how many people are actually in this market, right? So I a lot of times, and I say this too a lot, where it's like, everyone's bullish or everyone's bearish. We're like, crypto is like 0.01% of the population, if that. Like it's not really everyone. Like maybe 60% of the chat right now was bullish, right? 60% of us in here. That's only us. What do you really think all the other people who don't even pay attention to crypto? You think they're bullish on crypto? Hell no. That other 99.9% of people are bearish on crypto. Why? Because they just look at the chart. Or they hear the headlines, right? Or they hear the FTX scam headlines and all this stuff. 99% of the people in the world are bearish. That's just a fact. That's just a plain fact. If they weren't bearish, they'd own some. So I think sometimes we get caught up in this little bubble where we say everyone's bullish, but really everyone's not bullish. Like, if everyone was bullish, everyone would own Bitcoin. Baby Doge to $1. I'd be the top 10 richest men in the world. Top 10, Mina. I hear a lot about Mina, actually. I know Mina had an insane run maybe last week, I think. Last week it went up like 90% in a week, which is crazy, dude. NXRA. I like NXRA. That's on my watch list. It's definitely something I want to have in the next 6 months. But NXRA is on my watch list for sure. Rose as well. Yes. My granny is bullish. Hell yeah, man.
Jordan, how do I buy
we have to look at Veracity
Bitcoin?
for my guy, Joe. Joe, 89K. I like that. Joe, 89K, Veracity. Yeah, it's another gaming token. Like, if you want exposure to gaming, and VRA is a good one if you want exposure to gaming and the metaverse. Why? Because what VRA does, it's basically advertising for like in-game or in metaverse projects, right? So if you're into that stuff, VRA, actually the chart of VRA is very good. Like for an altcoin structure, this is a very, very good chart. It's an altcoin that did not make new lows. It just stayed in a range. This is like what I want to see from an altcoin chart. VRA, because if you want exposure to gaming or metaverse, this is a good exposure. Once again, mine's PYR. So, but oops, let's go to VRA. I wouldn't hate you for this one either. The structure is actually very good, man. I mean, you had the first run up in January. You had your depression phase where you just slow bled down for like a year, right? Depression phase. Now looks like we finally broke out of that depression phase and just back tested too. So, yeah, VRA, man. Once again, does it mean it's going to the moon right now? No, but I want exposure to all the top genres of crypto. I want at least one gaming token, one AI token. I want multiple dexes. You guys know me. I love the dexes. All the decentralized exchanges, I think, will perform well. But yeah, can't hate on it, man. Can't hate on it, man. The depression phase breakout right here was big, right? See this slow bleed down. You held this support. You broke out. You backtested the bull market support band. This chart looks fantastic. Really. Buying a Bored Ape for 400K. Holy shit. Don't buy a Bored Ape for 500K. I don't get that, man. Like, I don't get buying the NFT for 500K. Like, tell me this. What do you think will appreciate more in the next 2 years? The price of Bitcoin or the price of that Bored Ape picture? Which one do you think will appreciate more in value? If you put 500K in Bitcoin, or you bought the Bored Ape for 500K. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see the value proposition. I think the downside risk is way higher on the Bored Ape picture, right? It's way higher. The downside risk is way higher on the Bored Ape picture, right? It doesn't justify the upside risk to me. I'd rather just have it in Bitcoin. I don't see it, man. I don't see it. Let's see. Adolfo said everyone calling for all-time high because it broke 30K. That is not bullish. Depends who you follow, man. You know, this is when we say everyone calling for all-time high. Like we can't use this everyone term. And so, like I said, sometimes I find myself saying this. Everyone's not calling for all-time high. Once again, we're a bubble. And I see plenty of accounts on Twitter calling this a bull trap, and we're still going to 12K. I see just as many people saying that as people calling. I don't really see that many people calling for all-time highs right now. I see maybe some people calling for like a 40K. But I mean, it depends who you follow. I see a lot of people still calling for significantly lower prices. You know, not everyone, right? But I still see that a lot. Using the word everyone. And then once again, you get out of our crypto bubble, right? The rest of the 99% of the population, they don't know anything about the ETF. They ain't calling for all-time highs. If they were, they'd be buying Bitcoin right now. You know, that's sort of my point. We use the word everyone. It's just not, everyone is not everyone. You know? I'd rather, but FFTs, fart fungible tokens. Fart fungible tokens? Fart fungible tokens. NFTs, I've said this, I'm not a big believer in NFTs. Only if they have some value. I'm not a big believer in I'm just going to buy a picture and hold the damn picture. I think there's better investments for that. I'd rather just have that in altcoin. But what I think NFTs will be good for anything that you're actually doing with the NFT, right? Whether it's like a contract or, you know, like an in-game like skin. We've talked about like if you had, say, you know, if you guys play Fortnite, if they had like NFTs as the skins and the weapons and stuff. That's where I think there could be some value in NFTs. I don't see like the picture, you know. But maybe that's just being a slight boomer, as I am getting almost to that boomer age, you know. Franco, I agree. There's always going to be greed in the market. Altcoins will never go away unless there's something else that comes out which people would rather gamble on. You know what you should always be the most bullish on in humanity? Is people loving to gamble. People loving to be degens. That will never go away for humanity. People love to gamble. Right? So I'll say this. Altcoin pumps, like bull markets, will never go away until there is something else which people would rather gamble on. And as it stands right now, I don't see any other market where people would rather gamble on, right, than still crypto. That's still the degen risk on play, right? I don't really see anything else that would overtake that at the current moment. You should always be bullish on human greed. It's built in us. It's built in us to want to be greedy and risk on. You know, it is what it is. That's why markets go like this: up, down, up, down, up, down. Fear, greed, fear, greed, fear, greed. over and over and over again. Gambling apps on the blockchain. Bath. I'll tell you this. I think one of the more risky but really good plays is Rollbit. My problem with Rollbit, I actually think there's a very high downside risk to Rollbit. But Rollbit could be one of those really sneaky, like, move into the top 10 plays. It's like a sneaky play. Because, once again, you have to be bullish on human greed. You add a casino aspect to crypto, where you combine casino and crypto. In the bull market, that shit will explode. Because people love to gamble when prices are going up. But it's also a very risky play because it comes with, like, laws and stuff like that. It's a risky but interesting play, I think, because they could just come out and say it's banned and then it's dumping, But it's maybe a little risky play. It is what it is. Rollbit is gambling. Yeah, man. Cost will be top 10. I would not be surprised, Miles. I would not be surprised, my guy. Anything can really be top 10. It's probably the things that people say won't be the top 10 that'll be top 10. Right? Anyways, I'm just mumbling at this point. Anyways, guys, good stream. We're just kind of hanging out on a pretty boring Saturday. I thought I'd hop on and say hi to the homies and just remind us that, we're just kind of going sideways and consolidating. And I think the every day that goes by is another day where I think people are looking at this market and saying, I don't want to sell my BTC. The closer we get to some of these bigger events, I think we're going to continue to price them in. We may have short-term dips, but I think someone said this earlier in the chat. You have to separate a short-term dip to saying I'm bearish, right? So, once again, time's a ticking. We're almost going on 5 months into the halving. We're talking almost 2.5 months to the first ETF deadline, where people think that will be past them because you can't deny one and then pass the others. But good shit coming, my fellas. Take it day by day. Enjoy your Saturday. Keep a smile on that face. There were a lot of shitty shit going on in the world, but keep a smile on that face. Don't get distracted by the goal. If you're a believer in the cycles, don't get persuaded, and keep your head in the game, man. I'm out. Peace. We'll play some more spooky music while I'm gone. Peace.